Okay, and good afternoon, folks. Welcome to Smudcast number 870. Everything right in Dragon Ball Evolution. I don't know Dragon Ball Evolution. I'm never going to know about it, but apparently the Dragon Ball fans know all about it because it's a live adaptation, and those are always a good thing.
And it's not a good live adaptation.
Well, it was fine. Like, it was exactly what you think it would be if Americans tried to adapt like something Japanese.
I mean, I don't know if I would say this movie was fine, but it had...
I think you're being a little bit generous there.
Yeah.
Well, people who really criticize it have never seen it in its full length. They just didn't.
I mean,
I've tried to sit down and watch it. I gave up. It is that bad.
See, like, you're too weak to see like true masterpieces like The Room and movies like Dragon Ball Evolution. So you have no right.
The Room is laughably bad. This movie is just bad.
I mean, I've watched an animated movie, Alpha and Omega, and the series, and that movie was hard to go through. So
yeah, well, you're a furry. You watch anything.
Yeah, well, almost anything. Alpha and Omega is a terrible movie. Like, never again.
Well, if the bar is as low as The Room, like The Room is a special kind of bar. It's sort of like...
Yeah, but like Dragon Ball Evolution is it's so bad, it's good. The kind of category.
I wouldn't go that far.
In some parts, you seriously have to question that. Did they think this over when they were making it the way?
The one part I thought it was funny is when Goku slid his head on the car.
Yes, like, that's the famous one. Yes,
he was so retarded, but it was so funny.
Kyogre's Hideout in the chat. I watched this movie when it came out and hated it. Well, then that means you have a functioning brain. Congratulations.
All right. Well, let's get on with the video. This came out last month, has almost 200,000 views, and seems to be a pretty, 99% positive views. So good on Totally Not Mark. Here we go.
Totally Not Mark.
Yeah, that's his name. All right.
Oh, that guy. Okay, I didn't know who he was.
I have no idea.
I think y'all have covered him before.
What a story, Mark.
Sure. I don't remember.
Isn't he the voice... No, wait, that was another guy. I was thinking about, like, the voice actor for Goku Abridged, but no, that's...
Team 4-Star?
Yeah, but
the Dragon Ball Abridged is hilarious.
Yeah, but the guy specifically did the voice of Goku. I forgot his name, but you guys covered him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know about this guy.
Okay, let's see what a 10 out of 10 of diamonds in the crap he's going to find for us. Here we go.
We suck at this.
Was Dragon Ball Evolution really that bad?
Maybe that was a pretty funny opening.
Justin, you're making this way harder than it needs to be.
Oh yeah, that's the actor.
The point I'm making is, it's easy to point out what's wrong with a movie like this. Way too easy. The real challenge is in wading through the sewage to find the actual diamonds hidden within. And today, I'm going to do just that. Unlike the vast majority of other critics out there, I'm something of a Dragon Ball expert, or at the very least a fan with way too much time on his hands. So, join me as I attempt to count every single thing Dragon Ball Evolution does right, or kind of right, and maybe by the end, I'll have discovered enough to grant this film its first 5-star review from a Dragon Ball fan.
I look like the Dragon Ball Z right now.
Justin, for the love of God!
That was kind of funny.
Oh dear.
Dragon Ball is just the story of a normal kid who realizes that he's meant for something more and that he has powers, And one minute he's struggling trying to do his homework and fit in at school, and the next minute he realizes he's got to save the entire world. It's like, it's kind of like
that hair.
All right.
Okay, so the actor does not understand Goku.
I want to say something real quick. The character in the movie has always bugged me. Like, why would he get bullied? Because he's good looking, he's he looks like the type of guy that would be with the popular kid. That always bugged me.
Yeah, he's quite athletic too.
That's not the only thing. That's not exclusive to Dragon Ball. Like, a lot of movies and cartoons, or TV shows, particularly of the teenage sitcom variety, the bullied kid is always conventionally attractive. It doesn't even look like a dweeb.
Yeah.
He would be
but-
the one doing the bullying. And one example that really pisses me off is in MCU's Spider-Man, Flash Thompson. They made him some Ivy League rich kid who's short and pops all his collars. Who is getting picked on by these people? They're the ones that get picked on.
Yeah.
You know,
And also, well, go ahead.
I was going to say that this chick is reminding me of another anime called DNA Squared, where she has this this gun that neutralizes this person is going to cause a population explosion in the future, so they have to stop him from procreating.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
remember anyone having guns in Dragon Ball.
Oh,
No, there were guns.
There probably were. I've only seen Kai through its entirety, which is just Dragon Ball Z without the filler.
Well,
But I don't remember people having what's obviously a cheap surplus handgun designed to look sci-fi-ish.
Well, yeah, there were guns in like Dragon Ball, and you're probably not going to see it a lot because you shoot.
Kind of
these
redundant when you could shoot laser beams out of your hand.
Well, not only that, but guns doesn't really do on these beings if you really want to, because fuck. But yeah, the part where you said this guy doesn't really understand Goku, yeah, I'm going to assume he has never watched the Dragon Ball, like the original, because if he did, he would know that, well, everyone else would know that Goku is nothing like that. Fitting in? Yeah, I can agree, because, you know...
He was a bit oblivious.
He's oblivious, but he lived in the countryside. He never really explored out of his comfort zone, his comfort zone. So he doesn't know much out there. So, I would say he's a bit ignorant.
It's effectively the setting of the same setup as Superman. That he's an alien from
or Luke Skywalker from Star Wars. It's the
and it's loosely based off of the myth of Son Goku.
the hero with 1,000 faces.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
Loosely.
So, if that clip or the last 16 years of universal ridicule hasn't clued you in yet, Justin and seemingly the entire creative team behind this film, Dragon Ball Evolution, didn't know the first thing about Dragon Ball. They put Goku in school and called Ki Blasts air bending, so we're gonna have to grade this film.
Yeah, they did
I'm
that.
sorry about the film. I'm so sorry. Let's hope it doesn't happen again.
Regardless, we have 1 hour, 26 minutes, and 35 seconds of potentially accurate, faithful Dragon Ball moments to uncover and, most importantly, count. Let's dive in. And we didn't have to wait long. The first shot of the film is of the sun, which might seem innocuous and potentially coincidental, but I'm counting it as a nice nod to the original series' first opening visuals. That's right, the bar is very much on the floor. Also, in this opening narration, a battle fought long ago by Piccolo is described. If we ignore the Oozaru disciple, the assertion that the Mafuba was a group invention and that the battle itself took place thousands of years ago, then that means we have 4 points. 1 for the sun visual, 1 for Piccolo, 1 for the war he waged, and 1 for the...
I take it back. This guy is ridiculous.
I forgot he was called the Mafuba.
So the opening intro is reminiscent of the original opening intro?
Giving off some
Apparently.
loose references to the series.
I'm still
incredible.
kind of taken aback by what they made Piccolo look like. I forgot that he looked that bad in this movie.
Well,
oh my god.
it's like arguing...
He's big green. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like arguing the 89
Big
Batman
green,
has the
yeah.
Batmobile look like the Batmobile. It's like, okay, that's expected. You're supposed to have things look the same way.
Yeah, but like
looks like a bat.
they
my God.
did Piccolo dirty in
It's
this
played by
movie.
Adam West.
TV's Adam West.
They didn't just did him dirty, like they did. I can't come up with a better combat, but yeah, they did. Yeah,
All right.
Mafuba to seal him away. That's all accurate.
Goku, you were
Hey! Main character's name is correct, and he did in fact live with a Grandpa Gohan too. Furthermore,
Aye.
Gohan seems to be holding a red pole, or Nyoibo, and teaching Goku martial arts while living in a rural location in keeping with the manga setting. If we ignore the glaring fact that Goku seems to be older than 10 years of age, that's 5 more points.
Your key.
Ki is mentioned as this world's magic system, and it is described as coming from within. The English dub of the anime, funnily enough, doesn't even call it Ki. Let that sink in. This film calls this magic system by what it's actually called in the manga, and the English dub doesn't. Those are 2 big points in favor of the movie, if you ask me.
Yeah, but who watches the English dub
makes
anyway?
The unforgivable
Ugh.
sin
The
of
English
mentioning
dub is
school and
great
Goku's
for
own
its own
insecurities.
reasons, but
It
we're
says-
not getting into that right
Shut
now.
the fuck up.
I mean,
We're not talking about the English dub.
I watched the English dub because my reading is not very good, so...
But you can stop the video and try reading every single day,
But
so it
I
will
don't wanna
improve eventually.
Yeah, but I don't want to stop every frame just to read what the character's saying. I would rather,
You should.
know,
You
You
absolutely
don't have
should.
to. You don't have to have great reading to enjoy a manga.
Well,
I just finished reading the Twilight Princess manga.
Well,
It
see-
is so fucking good.
Well, see, I would probably go read the manga since, it's not, each frame's not going by, fast. Because when I watch like an anime in sub, I have to pause it every time just to see what the fuck the characters talk about. Now, there's some animes I've watched over and over and over and over on English dub that I can probably read the sub now and get a better understanding of what's going on rather than just be like, wait, what does that say? How do you pronounce that? I mean, a good example, Monster Musume. Like, I'm gonna go watch the sub, considering I've watched that a bunch of time and I know what's happening, but people tell me to go read the manga. But anyway, I feel like I'm kind of confused about this guy's points. Like, it seems like he's pointing out, like, small little details on what's in here. It's like, oh, Goku is called Goku in here. It's like,
And
yeah.
it's being trained by an old man in martial arts. Like you said, the bar is literally on the floor.
Well, the
But
example.
if I would like to use like Smud's food analogy, this is the equivalent of praising a restaurant for serving water.
Yeah, it's so weird that
It's
And the glasses are
it's
dirty.
absolutely not. The glass is so clean.
man,
Well,
they sell
Cutlery
dishes
is just
here.
like wow.
He's mentioning he didn't call it key. It's like okay, because the original didn't. And you're like, okay, fine.
There's a napkin too.
I mean, that's not something to be proud of because they're adapting everything else in Dragon Ball, not just the original first season. So it's like, okay,
In the manga, did they ever refer to like their powers as ki or anything like
I'm
that?
going to assume they did.
Yes, in the sub it is always like that.
Okay, so I guess in his point, that's a point, I guess. But all right.
Like he said, the bar is literally on the floor.
right. So he's doing his best to find the things that are at least adapted accurately, not well, but taken for what they
Accurately.
were and adapted as best they could. I assume.
Yes, water is wet.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
We're not going to start the hat debate.
Friends, which I think is true at the beginning of the manga. Authentically isolated, I guess.
Yo, I could tear them apart with one hand.
Ignoring the fact that Goku is describing his desire to rip his classmates in two, this is the script indirectly pointing to Goku's superhuman strength, just like the manga.
You think I forgot? Sushinshu is yours.
Okay, what the fuck? Okay, Shushinshu? This movie makes Goku an insecure, love-struck teen and calls the Kamehameha airbending, but somehow manages to perfectly refer to the 4-star Dragon Ball with its Japanese pronunciation of the Chinese writing. That's one hell of a point for the name, 1 point for it being the 4-star ball, which is also correct, 1 point for correctly referring to it as a Dragon Ball in the first place. Yeah, okay, it's a low bar. 1 point for there being 7 Dragon Balls, and 1 point for them needing to be gathered to grant one, quote, perfect wish, which is the translation the manga uses and subsequently retcons. That's 5 points in like a minute. Way to go.
So keep it safe. Always.
There,
That's another
Gingaman
point
has
for
appeared.
Grandpa Gohan giving Goku the 4-star ball. And you know what? I'm awarding 1 more point for Goku's school fit featuring blue and orange so prominently. The clothes are...
That's a pretty tacky looking hood. Okay, if you put the
Yeah,
It is.
but Giga Man, it's orange and blue, just like in the manga and anime.
Yeah, but in the anime and the manga, he had more of a jumpsuit looking thing because, he's training as a martial artist.
it's fine.
Yeah.
The color scheme is fine,
Like,
but
him having a
would you
weird ass
want-
He's
hoodie.
gonna get to it. Like they are holding the jump suit until the end of the movie.
Well, just look at that rim. Like, you imagine having a very thick hoodie with this like a piece of bright orange rim all the way down.
Not to mention sun beating down on you like that. That would just be unbearable to wear.
Well, to be fair, I do wear my jacket in this time of weather just because it's just my comfort jacket, whatever. But
Okay, well, you're weird.
What I'm saying is people training in martial arts or whatever, they would not wear this bizarre looking outfit that brings attention to their clavicle and their head in bright orange.
Yeah, but like Goku is an illegal alien, like the kind of people that like are currently being deported right now, Smud. And you have to understand that at the time in 2008, California was quite cold.
Okay.
Maybe Northern California.
No one has seen the movie, just me.
All right.
I tried to watch it.
I've
gave
seen
up.
the movie. Speak for yourself. I've seen the movie.
Are you in a car?
Are
Yes,
you being
because
deported?
because Smud forced my hand.
I did nothing. I didn't do anything.
So you're on your drive home from work?
I asked if you could start a bit later, but you flat out ignored me.
I said it's a 25...
Yeah, because I have work tomorrow.
Anyway, guys, we've made 20 points so far. They're kind of weak, but that's what we expected, so it's fine. Let's keep going.
The bar is literally on the floor.
Yeah.
But I'm throwing in some points for accurate colors. If only he narrowly missed being hit by that car, then I could also grant him another point. But alas, he gets creamed by it. Oh, that's pretty cool. Piccolo is introduced traveling around in an airship, presented as having green skin, is an alien.
My God,
His
look
race
how
is
bad
also
that
called
Piccolo
a
looks.
Namek, or...
The Nemeks?
Yeah, close enough. And Piccolo is looking for the Dragon Balls. Those are 5 easy points right there.
Just because my name is Chi-Chi doesn't make me a complete idiot.
Okay,
What?
Almost everything about Chi-Chi.
What the fuck?
She said, just because my name is Chi-Chi doesn't mean I'm a complete idiot. What does that have to do with...
What does that even mean? What does that even mean?
It's a
I don't
reference to the Chinese name. If you would understand, if you would be reading subs, you wouldn't be asking these stupid questions. But thanks to the English dub, they cut out all these gags, so you will never understand them.
Is the weather nice up there on your high horse?
No, it was part of the subtitles.
What was the joke we had before? Don't start a sentence with, I'm not gay, but...
Oh God, not that again.
Don't even start with that.
Hawk isn't here today. We can't roast him for that.
Yeah, but I'm here. So I'm just kidding.
Oh, jeez.
Wiggle your head.
Anyway. I'm not an airhead, but... Okay, fine.
Is wrong, but at least she knows about Ki, is into Goku, and her name is right, so that's good. 3 points.
But normal.
She had a pretty dress.
While his characterization is entirely antithetical to that of the original Goku's, he is socially weird. 1 point.
But the squabs were fat.
There ain't nothing more accurate than Goku's family being hungry for a lot of food. 1 point.
Beauty awaits.
Goku's hair being stubborn and messy is also accurate.
Really?
Oh, the best scene.
This is a weird detail, and I say weird because I think this one is on purpose. As you can see, Chi-Chi's home is styled like a castle in the film. We don't see much of it in the manga, but her home is originally presented as a castle atop Fire Mountain. You know, before Roshi destroyed it. Within this film, it's a creative choice that clashes pretty hard with Evolution's aesthetic, so I'm leaning to this being actually an intentional nod. 1 point.
What happened to your parents?
I don't know.
Goku's an orphan and doesn't know anything about his parents.
Again, the bar is on the
Grandpa
floor.
Gohan dies. The when, where, and the how he dies isn't right, but he does die. Better late than never, and it is under a full moon no less. There's no correlation between the full moon and Oozaru because they're doing that weird eclipse thing, but 2 points are 2 points.
That's a big stretch. That's a weird... That's...
Also, here, let's take a point away because, he doesn't have the monkey tail.
How? I don't want to see how any of this is a point, but...
Seraph, counter argument, Universe 6.
Oh my God. I
often forget that Dragon Ball is a multiverse.
Yeah, it's the fact that they introduced that idea in the main series anyway, so...
I hate multiverses. I'm going to be real.
They keep it to just 12, and they've barely done anything with it anyway.
I have yet to see any form of media ever use a multiverse properly, because it's always just, oh, this character's dead. Well, here is Joe Fix-It McDiver from Universe 44 or whatever.
Yeah, but in Dragon Ball, it's literally none of the universes share anyone in common. It's different planets. That's how they treat it.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I don't have a
So
problem.
they're literally different solar systems.
It's literally entirely different universes. There are no people in common in the Dragon Ball multiverse.
I
Nothing.
will give credit where it's due, because it's actually a proper different universe.
They share species, but not people.
So it's a different
people.
universe, not an alternate universe.
Yeah,
exactly, and that's how they distinguish it from something like Marvel or DC.
I will give credit.
Okay, that
where
was
it's due,
enough
then.
of the English stuff. We can move on now.
All right.
Add them to the counter.
Something's wrong.
Oh, sweet. Goku can sense something's wrong with his grandpa, suggesting that he can sense ki. He's looking at the moon when he says this for some reason, but it's vague.
Yeah, but it's not ki. The show established it's air power or whatever. Air.
John, not to mention the moon lit off a weird green blast. That's fucking weird.
So
yeah.
you see weird shit. You're gonna rush home and check on
You
your
should
family.
take off a point for that.
Yeah, so
like weird shit. You see weird, impossible phenomenon. You get the hell out, because that's a sign that one of the seals is broken.
is the air power the same as ki? It just does the same thing, only they call it something different.
It is supposed to be. It's supposed to be ki. It's just the way to present it is fucking retarded.
So
yeah.
it's the same thing.
It's not energy like in the show and the manga.
Well, that's what I mean. If he could sense stuff, that means, okay, what is he sensing? Is he sensing disturbance in the air pressure, or is he disturbing...
And the force, yeah.
Yeah.
Use the force, Luke.
I guess
Use the force, Goku.
I guess it's their take on the force, which is still inaccurate, but it's something.
I want someone to draw that now. Use the force, Goku.
Somebody get on that in the stream memes. That'd be great.
No, please no.
Enough and counted. Also, Goku abruptly running away from Chi-Chi is way too accurate. 2 points.
What? No.
What?
No.
Wait a minute. What?
Goku is horny for Chi-Chi.
Wait. So when you have scenes transitions or people enter and exit the stage, that is not a comparison to anything. That's just people entering and exiting a scene as all people would in any story in life, whatever. That's not...
He's using the Joestar secret technique.
It's like they walk into the scene just like they did in page 4 of episode 1. It's like, what? Just no.
Well, I mean,
that's every
Smut,
story.
You got to give him points for opening a box. He did that in the anime, so that's 34
that's
points.
True, yeah.
I get that the bar is different. I get that the bar is on the floor, but you gotta.
It's not even on the floor. It's in the Earth's core.
Like the bar is buried in a fucking landfill somewhere.
They exited the scene by referring it to as running away from Chi-Chi. I'm like, okay.
So, and your point is?
I really wish I could drink.
Okay. We are at almost 7 minutes. Wow, this is fun.
This is something.
Despite this being
What was that?
Goku from the wrong person, I have to award...
That was Grandpa Gohan laughing.
Laughing at Goku? You have to put on the shirt.
Yeah.
I always thought it was Piccolo, his evil laugh.
No,
Piccolo sounds different in this movie.
He was just laughing that awful.
And they did the Piccolo. I hate Piccolo's design in this movie. Like it's
hey,
bad.
Seraph, it's better than what it was originally. He wasn't even green when they first made the damn costume.
Oh my god, why?
We have the set photos from before the backlash came in, where he wasn't even
please
green.
put that in the stream memes. I need to see this.
Someone find it, please.
I don't.
It's out there.
Orange gi. Also, the symbol on his chest is right too. Technically, it translates to Kame and is the crest Roshi offers Goku once he finishes training underneath him in the lead up to the 21st Tenkaichi Budokai. But hey, that's a point for the gi and a point for the symbol that also happens to be on his chest at some point in the series. It might not be now, but it is later.
Where is it? I know it's here.
Oh, here we go.
Bulma exists, and what's more is she first meets Goku by pointing a gun at his face. She's even got some blue hair.
Okay, my mistake.
A strand of blue hair? Whatever.
Okay.
I'll take a point take a point off for that.
Could you are a multi-billion-dollar company. Could you not invest some Spirit Halloween moon blue hair dye? I mean, you invested in the Spirit Halloween freaking Goku costume.
Reminder that this is under Fox in the late 2000s.
Fox is a multi-billion-dollar company.
So
could you not invest in some blue hair dye
instead of getting a wig?
I would like to remind you that that X-Men Origins Wolverine was their priority at this point in time. So
could you not go to fucking Walmart and buy some blue hair dye?
This is like arguing. Well, instead of getting the entire wig or coloring the hair or doing CGI to the hair, they did a highlight.
No,
they did a highlight.
Go to fucking Walmart. Go to fucking Walmart and buy some blue hair dye.
It's a very expensive hair dye, you see.
Yeah.
In 2008, like it was skyrocketing because of the economy crashed.
I'm gonna tell you this, CGI-ing her hair is a bad idea. Have you not seen I forgot which Superman movie where they CGI'd the guy's fucking face because he refused to shave the beard?
That was Snyderverse Justice League, and that was after this.
Yeah, but
here's what you tell that actor: shave your beard, or I'm gonna fucking replace you. I have a contract. I own you.
The argument is,
and then the Cavill said, "Fuck that."
The hair color is the same as this highlight, and it's like, wow.
Henry Cavill changed the
dude.
look.
Like seriously, that is not a defense. Like that. I get that the bar is buried in a landfill, but it's higher than this. It would not be expensive. It would not be
now
hard.
that I'm here, I will at least say this. I will give credit to the cast, to some of the cast for actually fighting to make things closer to the source material.
Fair enough, but seriously, Fox was a multi-billion-dollar company at that point. Go to fucking Walmart and buy some blue hair dye. It's not expensive.
In fact, I think it was even Piccolo's own actor that fought for making him green.
Credit where it's due.
Most actors don't like.
Remains, there's no excuse for it to be this low quality.
They should have blown all their money on this movie.
Well,
it was so good.
Most actors
spend all the money in the advertising, or did they dump all their money into fucking X-Men?
I don't know. They might have been dumping it all to X-Men. Most likely.
It's weird
because Wolverine Origins.
Whenever you hear stories,
the movie that got Wolverine's origin wrong.
Well, I was going to say, whenever you hear stories from actors that have to do like aliens or prosthetics, they always hate the fact that it takes hours and hours to do makeup. So if someone's asking, I want more makeup, please give me more character.
It's like, it takes so long to do my hair and makeup. Suck it up. You're making millions upon millions of dollars to go stand in front of a green screen. Suck it up.
So for actors to ask for more is like, oh, that's weird.
Honestly, if someone, maybe not nowadays, but back then when Star Wars was still good, if someone said like, hey, you're going to wear all this makeup, but we want you as an alien, I'd be down for that. That's
something else I remember. You know how Oozaru is depicted as an ape in the source material? Just like with Piccolo not being green originally, Oozaru wasn't even going to be an ape.
All right.
Again, we have the pre-release photos for that.
If someone
shit.
has
Look
it, go dig it up.
Just like with
the bar is in a
Piccolo,
the bar is buried in a landfill next to ET for the Atari 2600.
No, it's lower than that.
Capsule Corp, and she's looking for a single Dragon Ball. Damn. Okay, that last one isn't right. Still though, that's 5 points right there.
How'd you know I had the Dragon Ball?
A little machine I invented.
I gotta give the Dragon Raider 1 point, despite it looking like something out of a Happy Meal, and another point because she invented it. She's a scientist, inventor, and engineering girl. 2 points just like that.
The key must be the other Dragon Balls. I have to have them all.
Alright, all we have to do with this is ignore her reasoning behind wanting the Dragon Balls, and boom! We've got a Bulma that now wants all the Dragon Balls and another snazzy point to add to the counter.
Let's not forget the fact that Bulma tried to bribe Goku for the Dragon Ball by showing him her ass.
I would take
Not
away
every ass. Come on now.
Every point that he gave to the Dragon Radar. I would take them all away because it's not even called that in the movie.
Yeah, but remember, Bulma tried to bribe Goku by showing him her ass.
Yeah,
to which he replies, "Why would I want to see your dirty old fanny?"
I'm not a fan of that, but whatever.
It's not accurate.
Good old 16-year-old Bulma.
Yeah,
It's
not
like-
accurate,
like
but then
Goku.
again...
I mean, then again, Goku
Yeah.
was an oblivious child in the manga and in the original anime, but Goku had no time for thoughts.
Yeah, but you seriously think 2008 Hollywood would try that fucking stunt?
No.
Probably, especially since in this movie, Goku was a horny teenager.
Yeah, but not that...
Anyway.
They may have made a mistake in calling her briefs, but hey, Goku and Bulma are now teaming up to search for the Dragon Balls together. And they had that conversation in Goku's home too. 2 points. Disagree all you want. This is capsule tech, and I am 100% counting it.
I'll give it credit where
Wait,
I'll give credit where credit is due. It was a decent effect when it was popping out.
did they just make that Transformer sound effect in the film? Or
I'm
is
pretty sure
No,
he
he
I'm pretty
edited
sure he
it.
put it in.
No.
That's the
After the edit.
video. He put it in.
Okay.
Yeah.
He can edit videos, man.
Like I'll
Yeah, at
give
least.
credit where it's due.
Okay.
Ooh, just noticed movie Bulma is wearing a little bit of pink, just like she wears when she meets Goku in the manga. Plus, her hair is tied up in a vaguely similar fashion. I'm counting all of them.
Oh.
Not even close.
Not even close. Jinx.
Oh.
She had a braided ponytail. That's not even fucking close.
Are you sure that this is somewhere in the minefield somewhere? Because, like I said, Earth's core, it's very low.
No, it's not that low. I've
It's
seen
also very
worse.
high depending on where you are.
No, this is at least higher in the Earth's crust than MK Annihilation.
You know.
That's a low bar as well.
Lower than this, at least.
This is gonna be tough. Anyway.
I'm glad I bought some Cayman
Goku
Jacks
eating
when I
is
ran to the
always going to
store
get a kiss
earlier.
at 1 point.
I can always sense my grandfather.
Hey, another instance where Goku can sense something is wrong. Maybe it wasn't a fluke last time. Whatever the case, that's another point. Look, it's not a small island in the middle of the ocean, but it is vaguely trying to evoke that sort of vibe. It's an island within
No,
the sea.
no.
Close enough.
Still a ripoff.
That's like an
Goku
island in the
possesses
middle of the
superhuman
fucking New York Bay. Fuck off.
That's not even close. Like, it's been a while since I've watched Dragon Ball, but didn't Roshi said that he lived on that island just to kind of get away from, like, the city or something?
To read his porno, yeah.
I know in Dragon Ball Z Kai,
peace.
he lived on an island. He lived on a small planet with increased gravity, and it's just to
That's
again
King
to
Kai,
read
you
his
dumbass.
Yeah, that's
again
King
to read his
Kai.
dirty. Oh, King Kai, excuse me. Again, that was
That's
still to
stupid.
read his dirty magazines. Excuse
No,
me.
that's Master Roshi. Roshi
No,
is
it's like
the,
you're mixing them up, dude.
Yeah, Roshi is the dirty magazine guy. Kai
Yeah.
Which
is...
English dub did you watch? Was it like
Again,
the big green dub?
I'm just getting them mixed up.
Yeah, it's fine, but
I haven't seen Kai in years. I apologize.
have you even watched like the original, like just the original, not the Kai?
Parts of it.
Well, that explains it.
With the English dub.
I'll probably go dig up a shady anime website to sit down and watch it.
That sounds good.
Yeah, have fun.
Amen.
Inaccurate. Also, I do wonder if anyone has ever tried to power scale Justin Chatwin's Goku against the mainline Goku. Where does he stack up in terms of strength?
Get bodied.
Kid Goku, Teen Goku. I can't imagine it's any further than that, but yeah. These are the questions I need answers to. 1 point. Yay! Master Roshi exists, is a great or legendary martial arts master. He trained Goku's grandpa Gohan and refers to himself as Muten Roshi no less. English dub, eat your heart out. 4 points, easily.
And compel Shenlong to a...
Holy crap, do my ears deceive me? Shenlong? Not Shenron, but Shenlong, just like the manga. The English dub uses Shenron as an approximation of the Chinese word, and while technically both are correct, Shenlong is more authentic and accurate to the source. 1 point.
I'll give it that.
Oh, that's a collector's edition.
Huh, how about that? I wasn't expecting them to lean into Roshi being a perv given the age rating of the movie, but they do manage to do it twice. Wait, actually,
That's a
maybe
pretty
3
common-
times. Yeah, I'm gonna count that third time in the hole. Also, he has a Dragon Ball just like the manga, and it's a 2-star ball. Damn, if that was a 3-star ball, it would have been perfect. Oh, also, the first time
who
Goku
cares?
meets him, it's with Bulma. That makes the total 5 points. Wait, make it 6 points. It's a subtle detail, but the fact that Roshi chooses to wear the Dragon Ball in his possession around his neck, it's a nice nod to the original encounter on the beach during the first arc. In fact, it's such a nice nod that I'm going to award Roshi an extra point for his crappy attempt at a goatee. With that, the tally for this scene is 7.
Yeah, but if you've...
And going back to what you said about him being a pervert, that's a pretty common trope in anime where the wise old sage is a dirty old man. We've seen it in Dragon Ball, we've seen it in Naruto, we've seen it in... I'm trying to think of another one. I know there's more.
It's not an old man. It's like a kid, but My Hero Academia, that one kid.
Still a pervy fuck. Like, it's pretty common to have the wise mentor character to be a dirty old man.
Yeah.
It'd be usually because it's something you would never expect from a wise old martial arts sagely character.
I mean, if you're up in the mountains somewhere, you're gonna get bored. So I can't necessarily blame them.
And I guess the Quickie Mart at the base of the mountain sells Playboy.
Does anyone even read that anymore?
Probably.
Do you even have to ask?
Yeah.
I mean, there are articles in Playboy.
Okay. Interesting.
Boom.
Much easier to find without the water.
It might not be the Pilaf gang, but the fact that Maya's helping Piccolo acquire the Dragon Balls is sort of accurate. 1 point. This is a super short shot, but Goku running with a bunch of heavy stuff on his back for Roshi's training is super authentic and evocative of Dragon Ball's second arc. Also, Roshi's colorful button-up shirt is getting a point too.
Nobody at home knows this, but...
You're giving him a point for wearing an Aloha shirt?
So...
I mean, he did in the anime, so it's something.
He does in the anime, he does in the manga, but again, like, that's a low bar.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, a lot of this that's directly evocative of the source material is not hard to do.
Yeah, like, if it's something that would be more time-consuming, more expensive, like, also, I'm going to complain, why isn't he wearing a turtle shell?
I mean, this is kind of like if I give, like, minor points to, like, every little detail, like, if I did that with the Sonic movie. Oh, Sonic's using rings in this. 30 points. It's like okay.
I thought Sonic 1 was an okay movie, 2 was better, but
3 was
again,
fantastic.
why? Like, I have yet to see that. Again, why is he not wearing the turtle shell? Again, Fox is still is a multi-billion-dollar company.
Because this video is about talking about the right things this movie did, and it's not going to talk about
we're here for pointing out the wrong things.
It's like, again, as a casual fan of Dragon Ball, I know that it's still wrong. Like, he made him wear the ridiculous-looking turtle shell because it was heavy and it would help him build muscle while he's doing the exercises, while he's going through his training.
Yeah, it's like not even having turtles on the shirt.
Also, this scene, that would have been something. The film is a mishmash of several authentic Dragon Ball elements combined to create something entirely unrecognizable. But I'm counting them anyway. 1 point for Chi-Chi being a martial artist. Seriously, she might actually get more action in this film than the entire series. I'm also going to give another point for this wasteland environment. It is super Dragon Ball coded and reminds me of Goku versus Vegeta.
They filmed in the desert?
They filmed in a desert, so therefore you're giving points. My brother in Shenron, the bar is not that fucking low.
Oh God!
How about
Smud?
The lighting?
I'm gonna give points because they add clouds, just like in the manga.
You mean there's a source of light called the sun?
This is just a Cinema Wins video where he gives points to innocuous, stupid things that don't matter.
Like I said,
hey! At least with CinemaSins, that's the whole joke.
Yeah,
that's sure.
Because that's actively making fun of CinemaSins for nitpicking the hell out of shit.
I mean, to be fair, CinemaSins occasionally has a good joke every now and then, like his Turning Red video. He goes, Pixar asked the most important question of all, what if women had feelings?
Yeah, that's funny, but still.
That's pretty funny, I'm not going to lie.
I hadn't heard that name in a long time.
I hope he doesn't do this for Cowboy Bebop adaptation. That'd be a nightmare.
Oh.
No, he's not.
You know what the worst part about the Cowboy Bebop adaptation is?
it
Cowboy
exists.
Bebop was originally made to appeal to a Western audience and is an example of an anime actually having a good dub.
You know,
even the original creator said the dub was better.
It's
also,
not confirmed. It's never confirmed that the original creator said that. It's only a Reddit rumor.
I know if the Free Run Journey's end dub is good, but the actual creator of the manga and anime had a hand in both the translation and picking the English cast.
I've thought about watching the show.
I saw the DVD at Walmart earlier, but I didn't buy it.
Yeah, and someone, I don't know who, but they told me that I looked like a character in Cowboy Bebop because I had an afro, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't know what he was talking about because I've never seen Cowboy Bebop, so I don't know. I just okay,
Really?
if you say so. Yeah, I don't know.
It's the guy who steals the dog.
The afro one?
Yes.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
That's one of the early episodes.
I was told I looked like that little fuck nugget from Saturday Night Live. I don't remember his name.
Wait, why was he stealing dogs?
Well, it's... never mind. Let's just carry on with the
Also,
video.
Let's continue.
I'll at least say that this
martial
movie is
arts
better than the
tournament
live-action
being
Cowboy
mentioned. That's 3
Bebop.
points.
Again, the bar is
Roshi
that
sunglasses,
low.
finally. 1 point.
Yamcha, at your service. I'm gonna need some payment.
Okay,
Oh my God,
there's
is
a
that
lot I can
Yamcha?
give points to here. There's no Poir, which is a bummer, but Yamcha does exist. He's wearing orange.
Wait, I'm sorry. What the fuck did I just saw there?
The character exists. Therefore, the character exists. Point. What?
It was a
Congratulations!
editing show,
Yay!
Why?
That's like watching the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and going, wow, they put Casey Jones in there. I wasn't expecting that. It's like, so?
No, it's like giving a point for the turtles being there.
ATST, ATST.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Which is a plus, hangs out in the desert, is a bandit, impedes Goku and Bulma's progression, and tries to do his best Christopher Sabat impression at all times.
That DB thing is right.
That was a complete coincidence.
I gotta give this man 6 points, bro.
6?
Roshi is capable of superhuman feats. 1 point.
So is everybody else in Dragon Ball. That's not a point.
And while the how he does it is wrong and what he creates looks nothing like the source material, Dragon Ball Evolution does have a...
Did they steal that from the set of Wolverine?
I don't know, baby. I still hate how Piccolo looks in this movie. I fucking despise his design in this movie.
I mean, like I said earlier, they were making Origins Wolverine at the same time, so
It
you
looks
never
like,
know.
It looks like Shinzon from...
It looks like he's about to climax.
Didn't Piccolo wear purple in Dragon Ball? I remember him wearing purple.
I mean, yeah, they at least got it right that Piccolo, like, produces his minions from himself, but not like this.
Yeah, he's about to release.
Doesn't Piccolo wear purple? I remember him wearing purple for some reason.
Yeah, he wears
Actually, in the original Dragon Ball, it's actually blue.
Blue. Okay, a dark blue. Like, they got the color of his suit wrong is what I'm getting at, but black and dark clothing, ooh, so evil.
You know what? I don't. You know what? By sheer coincidence, it looks blue here because of the lighting. But
yeah, but it's still the wrong fucking color.
By accident.
It's still
I know
the
it
wrong
is,
color.
but I'm just pointing. I'm just saying that they got it right.
When did this come out?
Dude, when the casual normie like me is getting angry at Dragon Ball Evolution, you know it's a bad movie.
Okay, because Star Trek Nemesis came out in 2002. I was like, that looks awfully similar.
Oh, so you're saying that Piccolo is Tom Hardy?
as a genetically modified.
Again, both bald, yeah. So who's
Jean-Luc
Patrick Stewart? Patrick Stewart should have been like Roshi, yeah. The pervert to the old man.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
That would hurt my soul. Yeah, that would not be good. Luckily, Picard the series has already done that to me, so I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. People are saying that Piccolo Jr. wear purple, but
yes,
yeah, he does. He does. Duh.
Yeah, but why did you say it was blue?
Because King Piccolo wears blue. Remember, they're different.
Does he?
Yeah, I know they're different, but Okay.
Yeah, King
Alright.
Piccolo in Dragon Ball wears dark blue, and then Piccolo Jr. is the one that wears purple.
Okay, because I heard you. Maybe I misheard you, but I heard you said blue. But anyway.
Yeah, the original Piccolo, King Piccolo, wears blue.
Right. Gotcha.
It's just this movie decided to like combine the two characters. So King Piccolo
Also, to get his
and
species
Piccolo
wrong,
Jr.
he's a
are the same
Namekian.
character.
Okay.
They get the species wrong. He's a Namekian.
Gives life
I mean,
to
they
some
do name drop the
minions. 1 point,
Namekians
and
earlier.
Honestly, I'm still surprised.
The Namekis, but yeah.
Building on the last scene, Goku does face off against, fight, and defeat Piccolo's minions. It's a good thing there's no Krillin in this movie. Wait, why is there no Krillin in this movie? Mai is in it,
Take
but
a
not
point.
Krillin? I guess Goku having any friends would have ruined this movie's vibe.
It's kind of like, I think like Krillin wasn't in this movie because this movie already had too many bald people. So the audiences in America, like they can't even read subtitles. So like they would be confused as hell.
Krillin is supposed to be based on a Buddhist monk. Of course he's fucking bald. That's why he has the dots on his fucking forehead.
And plus, Roshi's old, so that's not even a... Okay.
Roshi is supposed to be balding because he still has a ring of hair around the back of his head.
What?
Whatever, 2 points. Would you look at that? Dragon Ball Evolution has power scaling. Goku is way stronger than Mai, which is accurate to the manga.
I need another containment vessel.
Now, if we ignore this entire...
This guy should have been Krillin. Krillin should have been black.
Okay.
Wait,
sure.
wait.
Why not?
He should have been played by Samuel L. Jackson.
No. No, this is actually this is well for those unaware. This is hold on. This is for those unaware. This is Ernie Hudson. They literally got him for this one bit part, and that's it.
I'm not dying again, motherfucker.
Pulls out a gun.
dying for you anymore.
Does he look like a bitch?
I want to hear Samuel Jackson call Piccolo a motherfucker.
Surprise, motherfucker. Piccolo.
It's called AI.
No.
Entirely made up character Roshi's talking to and what he's asking of him, we will discover confirmation that the Mafuba requires a containment vessel that drains the life force energy of the user, and Roshi is the only one that can do it. 2 points. Ooh, a tournament. Okay, there's actually a few things here, and one of them I was low-key impressed by. First, let's get the obvious out of the way. Chi-Chi fighting in a martial arts tournament, that happens. Also, the out-of-bounds rule demonstrated is accurate, even though the style of the arena isn't. But interestingly, the most accurate detail of all has to be the referee's uniform. They match exactly those worn by the referee during the preliminary...
It's a referee uniform! Also, it's not a square tile ring.
Okay,
That's hard.
First off, I want to address that scene that he showed that Chi-Chi fighting Goku. Wasn't that scene only happened because Chi-Chi said to Goku, "You promised to marry me"? That's the only reason why.
Also,
yeah, but like Goku doesn't care about those
Goku
things.
was an adult. We even see that in the clip he used.
Yeah, I know that, but it's what?
He'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, but it's. I just find that weird because
he's in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I know. He got deported to Mexico.
But the reason I bring that scene up is because she didn't. I don't remember her fighting in the tournament. Like I said, it's been a while, but
I know she fought in a tournament. I'm pretty sure she lost to Goku because Goku isn't going to hold back.
Well, yeah.
That's partially why I make the joke that Popeye could beat Goku in a fight, because if Popeye gets his spinach, he wins. Goku will not fight anyone unless they're at their peak. Not only would he allow Popeye to get the spinach, he would insist on it. Popeye wins.
Okay. Very specific character, but all right.
First Tenkaichi Budokai. I honestly had to double check because there it is. It's a nice detail. 3 points for this scene.
They're definitely wearing a bow tie and a striped shirt.
Yamcha and Bulma are love interests. 1 point.
I'm not so bad once you get to know me.
Maybe I like bad men.
Bulma likes bad men mentioned and confirmed. This is the best line of the film, by the way. I want so desperately to believe that this is a nod to Vegeta's pink bad man shirt from the androids.
Like she tamed Vegeta, let's be real.
Character anyway.
The final level of airbending technique is the Kamehameha.
Stop calling it airbending. God damn it, I'm trying to run defense for you. Whatever. The Kamehameha is finally mentioned. Plus, Roshi knows how to perform it, he shows Goku, and the pose is vaguely accurate upon release. Another small detail is that Goku's wearing the blue martial arts gi from the first arc also. And finally, while Grandpa Gohan never told Goku about the Kamehameha, he did know about the technique and could use it too. 6 points total for this scene.
So, you're not going to take a point away that the fact that the Kamehameha is not blue, considering how much points you're given to, like, very, 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 very minor details. Oh, yeah. This hurts.
This is just painful. Look, I get you trying to be the positive, nice boy, but there really isn't much positive to say about this movie.
This really hurts. Ooh, I'm going to burn my arm. That's more entertaining.
Sure.
Anyway.
I mean, whatever keeps you going, that's up to you. Whew, 15 minutes. Okay.
Also, you gotta...
Goku's Kamehameha is blue, which is correct. And I know what you're thinking. Roshi's was red in the film. That's so totally wrong. Well, in the original manga, the Kamehameha was actually white. In the full color, it's yellow. And in the anime, it's blue.
Wait,
it's white because it's in black and white.
Yeah, I was about to say.
It's a manga comment. It's in white, black and white, because manga, generally speaking, are in black and white. Getting a manga in color is rare, and usually when you do, it's only the first couple pages.
Smud, you got a donation text or whatever it's called.
Yeah, that's a super chat from the thread. Now, thank you, sir, for the 10. Everything right about Dragon Ball Evolution 1. They insulted Akira Toriyama so much he went back to work on Dragon Ball 2. There is nothing else. Bless you, Toriyama. You tried to tolerate this. Yeah, well...
And then Johnny replying to him, 3, James Monsters became a fan of the series while researching and went on to voice a certain character in the dub of Super.
Really? That's nice.
Marsters, excuse me.
Also,
neat.
I don't remember them. I didn't know they colored like in the manga of Dragon Ball, or was it?
Well, it depends, like where you get it from. Like in general, it is just black and white, but like sometimes, like there are like some fan translations where you can like see that like some fans decide to like color them.
Honestly, I would just have it just black and white. I mean, just traditional, comic bookness.
This is not a big deal, but maybe there's some reason behind the coloring. I don't know. They explain the story. If not, who cares? Not a big deal.
Manga's limited colors, the Kamehameha was in fact red. How about that? So therefore, Roshi's red blast, while absolutely a mistake, I can give it a point for the accidental reference to the limited color pages.
Or maybe Akira Toriyama didn't decide
Oh my
to color
god, he
just...
fucking decked her! Okay, this might not be in the tournament, it might be under entirely different circumstances, and he may have actually seriously made contact with her, but Goku does defeat Chi-Chi in this movie. Also, Mai's go-to weapon is a gun, which is correct. And while it's not Puar and Oolong performing the shapeshifting, and Mai cannot perform this technique, shapeshifting is a prominent part of early Dragon Ball. 3 points for this scene, even if it is kinda all over the place.
Grandpa! I'm so happy to see you!
Alright.
Okay.
That fucking line delivery. Grandpa! Fucking hell, man.
Here's a donation from gay actor Michael Douglas. Thank you, sir.
Gay actor.
You see, a thing happens in the movie, therefore a point in the movie's favor. I'm baffled as to how someone can say Cinema Sins is worse than Cinema Sins when they're both equally as vacuous and in substantive as each other. God help media criticism. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this scoring
At least
system.
CinemaSins has some degree of self-awareness.
Well, if you're going to be objective with an actual numeric system, you have to be very specific why you're giving a 1 or 2. And it seems as if, well, this is a point. This is a point because he saw a similarity, not the validity, not the quality, not the accuracy, just that it's a thing that they got the same color as the thing in the movie or in the anime. So I don't know what the rating scale is, and because with CinemaSins they'll take points off when they fix things or when they do things right. So
it's like they'll give credit where it's due. Like, hey, I like this scene. This is a good scene. This is a funny scene. I'm gonna take a sin off, or so many sins off, because it was either well done, it was well shot, or it was just funny.
Yeah, because in this case, everything is pretty much horrible. So they have to say, okay, the color of the boots are the same. You're like, that's nothing to be like. The bow ties are black. It's like wow.
He's rewarding the referees for wearing a referee's uniform.
Again,
go to fucking Party City. Back when that was a thing. Go to Party City and buy a referee costume.
I will say this, like, yeah, you want to stay true to, like, the source material, but given points of that, it's just really dumb. Like, I mean, I've done it in the Sonic movie. I was like, oh, that's awesome because it's referencing this and this and this, but I would not give it points for just having certain elements inside of the Sonic movie. I would just say it's pretty good, not the greatest, but writing wise, it's tolerable.
Yeah, there would have to be a
welcome back, Ginga, and welcome Keyblade.
Well, there would have to be a reason why, like a certain outfit design. Look at I always go back to Cowboy Bebop's adaptation of Faye. Like, they got the color scheme right, but the layout of her jacket did not match the actual design of the anime because it was too sexy. And it's impractical and whatever. And it's like, I don't care. It's not accurate. If you're going to do it right. But make the argument for, okay, we can't do stunts with this. I need padding, or I need something to protect myself.
She did like 2 stunts in the whole series.
I mean, people were complaining that Sonic's arm was blue in the movies. I saw that, and I'm like,
people complained about that back in Sonic Boom.
Yeah, and I'm just like...
People complain that he had green eyes. Sonic fans are going to bitch and moan. It's a day ending in Y.
The fanboys.
I'm so sad for Chris Chan.
No, I'm not.
We don't talk about Chris Chan.
Yeah. But anyway.
Okay.
Everything is wrong, but on a technical level, 2 things are correct. Goku does get a chance to meet his grandpa again after his death, and Goku does get pushed to near death during the King Piccolo arc, only to be revived due to bullshit, totally justifiable and cathartic reasons. Honestly, at least Dragon Ball Evolution gave him a shock to the heart with Roshi. Also, I gotta ask, what's the deal with facial hair in this film? Why are they scared to give Roshi a goatee? Why did they give Grandpa Gohan this weird as all hell soul patch when his actual facial hair is the inverse of it? Whatever.
We're too late. They have all 7 Dragon Balls.
This is accurate to the original story. Piccolo does manage to gather all 7 Dragon Balls. There's no specific place Shenlong needs to be summoned, of course, but we take our wins when and where we can with this film.
We will meet again on the other side.
Confirmation that Roshi plans to use the Mafuba and die in the process in order to protect the younger generation. 2 points. Flying cars. 1 point.
When the blood moon touches the sun, you will become Oozaru.
While this sequence has a staggering amount wrong, and Piccolo isn't the one to tell Goku about his transformation, the setting is very similar to that where Vegeta eventually fills him in on this during the Saiyan arc, and it's also accurate that Goku didn't know that he was the one who transformed into the Oozaru, and that he didn't know he was from space or found by his grandpa Gohan. Plenty accurate about this scene once you look past the dizzying amount of incorrectness.
No, I mean, if you really want to get...
Like the color yellow instead of orange.
I mean, if you really want to say it's accurate, where's his tail?
Where's his tail? Where's the orange jumpsuit? Where's...
Yeah.
I hate this movie so fucking much.
He's wearing the orange He's wearing
yellow.
No, it's probably the lighting.
It is the lighting.
Well, I'm still gonna bitch.
Oh, okay.
It's like how Tails look yellow in some games, but he's more orange in others.
Yeah, that's probably just due to... Yeah.
Anyway.
It's just lighting.
Yeah.
They have a Dragon Ball. Bring it to me.
While he doesn't take orders from anyone in the manga, Goku does lose his sense of self when he transforms into the Oozaru. Plus, the design of the creature in the movie is clearly similar to the manga's interpretation also.
It's still not a giant.
Like I said earlier, it wasn't like that originally.
It's still not a giant. He's supposed to be a giant monkey monster, not a cheap Halloween costume. He looks like the gorilla from SpongeBob.
George, they're on to it.
You're seeing this, right?
It's like Threadnought says in the chat, he becomes Teen Wolf. Or rather,
oh God, no, no!
I wouldn't put it that low.
We're not gonna.
He becomes a big black man.
We're gonna pretend that show.
Oh, you're gonna get angry emails from that one.
Oh boy. We're gonna pretend that show never existed. Team Wolf. God damn it.
Ah, yes, the first gay werewolf.
This film for the small size of the transformation, I should point out that the manga, particularly in the first few arcs, really couldn't nail down the size of the Oozaru or Great Ape form at all.
They didn't even get his facial features right.
You see that when you look in the background, you can see the sense of scale on the size of Oozaru. So yes, they had the sense of they had his giant size.
Okay.
There's this thing called perspective.
All right.
One moment he's the size of a castle, and the next he's much smaller. Regardless, 2 points.
Perspective. Look at them. Go back. Look, he was bigger than the wall he's knocking down. It's called perspective.
That's inconsistency in the manga. That has nothing to do with the anime. Did still get it better.
And again,
Akira Toriyama kind of forgot the size of the monkey.
It's called perspective.
Toriyama forgot half the shit he wrote.
Like, he forgot about the furry people and literally had to write them back in later.
He also forgot that Super Saiyan. He also thought Super Saiyan 3 was Super Saiyan 2.
What?
Dude got a lot of shit. He's gonna forget and get things mixed up. It happens.
He forgot Saiyan tails were a thing.
He's dead now anyway. Let's leave it at that.
Now then, rest in peace.
All right.
Rest in peace.
While not the same circumstance, Yamcha and Poir do try to save Bulma from Goku in his Great Ape or Oozaru form. 1 point. Roshi fails to seal Piccolo with the Mafuba. 1 point.
Don't let Oozaru destroy the Goku in you.
Alright, despite this scene never taking place and it not being reflective of how the Oozaru transformation works at all, it has been shown within the story that even when your senses are lost as the Oozaru, if the right person tries to connect with you, your inner humanity can be reached in order to regain control. We saw it with Goku.
Oh, but Goku has no humanity. He's an alien.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Damn, dude.
Get off the stage.
I thought it was the
You're getting deported.
Cutting off the tail causes him to transform back, not mental control.
Yeah, you rip the tail off his ass. He turns back to a human. The tail is the source of the power.
Yeah, but the thing is, this movie even took from goddamn GT to make its shit work.
Yep.
Really? Damn.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah, because that's the impetus for becoming Super Saiyan 4. Here, you have to become a golden Oozaru, and then you have to regain your consciousness, your sense of humanity, your sense of self, while in the form to become a Super Saiyan 4.
Yeah, it was the superior series to Super.
Yep, that's why.
In a lot of ways, yeah.
Yeah, at least it ended.
That's why.
Super ended. It didn't come back.
All right.
It took them way too long.
Gohan versus Vegeta, so technically, there's one element of this scene that's sort of kinda correct. Also, Roshi does die, just not like this. Key blast face! 1 point.
Thing happens. Give a point.
Genuinely surprising detail that this film got right was the color of Goku's eyes as he channels the Oozaru form. Red is the color they changed to in the manga and in the anime. The eyes of various characters changing color with each subsequent transformation became very obvious once Super Saiyan the picture, but it started here with the Oozaru. It's a detail I'm sure a lot of fans wouldn't have even noticed. 1 point. Okay, so this is a really weird one. It's clear to me that two famous Kamehamehas are being referenced with this final climactic shot. The first is obvious. It's Goku versus Vegeta's beam struggle. The framing is all there. Goku on the ground in his signature stance, charging the Kamehameha as the last line of defense of the Earth against the evil blast sent from above. In fact, you might even argue that it could be referencing the Piccolo Jr. fight that happens before it. Cool. 1 point for that. The second reference becomes obvious when Goku jumps towards Piccolo with the Kamehameha. Clearly this is referencing Goku's final attack on King Piccolo, where he doesn't jump but instead launches himself using the Kamehameha, sort of like a rocket, generating enough forward momentum to not only reach Piccolo but punch a hole straight through him. The movie version looks awkward because it's combining two different final attacks with the Kamehameha that are trying to do two entirely different things. One's pushing away the opponent and the other is pushing Goku closer to it. Thus, jumping with the Kamehameha like this makes the blast feel like it has no force at all. And in effect, this one scene is sort of the perfect metaphor for this film. It's just shoving a bunch of stuff onto our plate without any consideration of how it works.
You know, this has nothing to do with the video, but if you take away all the CGI, it just looks ridiculous.
I mean, that's
looks ridiculous with the CGI.
Yeah, this looks like on this. I don't know if you guys remember, but are you guys aware of like Spy Kids?
Spy Kids 3, yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, not just 3, like all of the Spy Kids.
We don't talk about the 4th one.
I'm getting this vibe, like the CGI, the effects, Spy Kids. This seems like something it comes out of Spy Kids.
Well, this scene right here, I don't know why he's telling us this aside from summarizing the movie, but if he gives a points to this, like this is like bad. This is a bad scene. And he's saying it's reversing all the ideas.
It's a bad adaptation of what he just said it takes from.
Yeah, so you wouldn't want to give this a point. You'd probably take off points or whatever. Like this is not good.
Yeah. Also, don't insult Spy Kids like that.
I'm going to insult.
Spy Kids is ridiculous, but it's a fun kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it's fun, but good God.
Anyway, hopefully he's going to say something intelligent right after this.
Together.
Intelligent.
Still clearly referencing, albeit exceptionally poorly, two scenes from the original manga.
So you admit that it's poorly, but you're still giving it a
might
point.
Not be green, but Dragon Ball Evolution Shenlong is a long serpentine dragon with 2 large horns, a back adorned by spikes, and 4 short legs. And in addition to all of that, Roshi is brought back to life, and once the wish is granted, the Dragon Balls scatter. This is accurate. 3 points. Hey, would you look at that? Goku does get to fight Chi-Chi in the tournament setting. Gonna have to give a point for that.
No.
You couldn't just make the CG green on Shenron?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
You already
Hey, you made Piccolo green. Why not make the dragon green too?
Didn't you already give her points for fighting Goku, like Chi-Chi and Goku fighting? Why are you giving him?
Why not?
They fight at that point.
Oh my god!
They're in the tournament setting, like in
what a serious video we had.
That's great.
I hate this so much.
Is he gonna give points for the credits?
Well, this isn't anything like how it happens in the manga. On the most technical and nitpicky of levels, Piccolo's story does in fact not end once defeated by Goku here. He does technically live on. And with that 1 point, we arrive at our final total of 131 things Dragon Ball Evolution got right or accurate.
Well, they're not 131 things because he gave one thing more than 1 point at times.
This is literally also the amount of episodes that Super ran for.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
So there's his excuse.
About the original story. You know, it's strange. Dragon Ball Evolution has been universally mocked, and deservedly so, for nearly 16 years now. I've personally contributed to that criticism with my own past videos, but revisiting this film, not with a critical eye, but instead of forgiving one, and watching the promotional interview for this film, left me genuinely bewildered
the game was actually decent because it was just it was made by Dim, just doing the Shin Budokai engine.
If I was
compare,
like,
though.
Yeah, but if I was like a game company and I realized how bad this movie was, I wouldn't even touch it with any poll.
Those were the days when it didn't matter. If you had a movie, you were getting a licensed game to try to rake in more money.
Days. I miss those days. I'm gonna be real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Some of the shovelware license games were actually decent.
Yeah.
I mean, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man's game. I've never played it, but I did play the Game Boy Advance Spider-Man 2.
The Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 1 and 2 on the PlayStation 2, Xbox, I think the GameCube are all solid.
Especially Spider-Man 2.
And sometimes you get a movie tie-in game where the game is actually way better than the movie. Example, X-Men Origin Wolverine. The game is amazing. The movie is dog shit.
I've never seen any of
they couldn't get around Deadpool though, but other than that,
But we already got a Deadpool game, and it's still good.
We got it like 4 years later, and that pretty much entirely made up for Origins Deadpool.
And then there was the Treasure Planet game is good if you like average platformers.
I mean,
Which one? There's several.
Yeah.
The Treasure Planet game on PlayStation 2.
And again, the one that started that whole train of good license games with GoldenEye.
Yeah.
I mean, there were a few good license games before that, but that was like the turning point where the license games were getting really good.
Like where people started to give more of a shit about them.
I mean, there were still the dog shit shovelware license games like Shark Tale and.
I mean, yeah, that's inevitable.
Madagascar.
But the amount of good ones spiked up after GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel
and I technically, and to go back to the video, I do technically consider the one for Dragon Ball Evolution to, albeit just barely, but still be one of the good ones, because
it's a decent fighting game.
If nothing else, it was based on an already successful formula.
Yep. I mean, it's
that's
literally
about it. Mind you, that's about it, but still.
Yes, just like garlic bread.
It's literally just a
But revisiting this film, not with a critical eye, but instead a forgiving one, and watching the promotional interviews for this film, left me genuinely bewildered and somewhat sympathetic towards the actors involved. Throughout the...
If I turn off my brain and I feel sorry for everything, I'm so confused.
And I watch materials outside of the movie. I will get happy.
Well, again, like I said before, I'll give credit to the actors for at least making an attempt at fighting for making things more accurate.
Yeah, especially James Martin.
Like again, yeah, and like I said, he's the one that fought for making Piccolo green after the backlash.
Yep, and he got rewarded by being the official English voice of Zamasu in Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah, he at least got which is at least better than what he got in Dragon Ball Evolution.
Yeah, and you know what? You know what's even funnier? He offered to do that for free.
I say what you want about Dragon Ball Super, but I'll give credit to the man for putting everything he had into it.
Wait, did you guys
Poor man had to crawl out under the bridge just to do that voice after crashing his entire career for Dragon Ball Evolution.
That was Marsters, not Marsden, right?
Yeah,
yes.
Marsden.
Yeah.
Okay.
John Marston, from Red
like
Dead Redemption.
Which I was gonna say, like between him and Justin Chatwin, it's like.
Yeah.
They weren't fans of Dragon Ball originally, but when they were making this film, they really got into it, and again, I keep saying they fought to make things more accurate in the movie, and then the backlash hit, and then they made Piccolo green, and then made Oozaru an ape, among other things.
And ultimately, James Martin got rewarded by being offered to play Zamasu, and he was like, "You don't have," and he was just like. You don't even have to pay me for it. I've already got enough money. I'll do it for free.
And it's like, and Zamasu is literally just Evolution Piccolo as its own character, and Zamasu ended up being better because of it.
The only thing is he had to, when he played Zamasu, he had to go under an alias because.
Yeah, but that's common in voice acting. That's that aside. Yeah. But again, it's like I'm not blaming. Back to the video, I'm not blaming the actors for all that much because they got dealt a shit hand and they at least made an attempt.
I will choose to blame Fox, which is now owned by Disney, so we can blame Disney.
Well, Disney has nothing to do with it.
I'm going to choose to blame Disney anyway because I'm petty.
Yeah, Fox really screwed the pooch on this fucking movie.
I try not to blame actors on a lot of stuff like this because usually it's the writers and they just have to go for whatever the writer says. But
it's either the writing, the directing, or executive meddling. One of the three.
But I will say this, and this is kind of an off point. Whoever the fuck her name is, she's a real dick box. The girl that played as Snow White in the live action Snow White.
Rachel Zegler.
I thought so.
Right off.
She has that's the only time I can say we need to criticize the act, because she was just being a dick box throughout the entire interviews that I seen her in.
Yep.
Right.
She kept doubling down on it.
Interviewed Justin Chatwin and Emmy Rossum, the girl who played Bulma, two facts repeatedly stood out. One, they knew virtually nothing about the Dragon Ball story. And two, they consistently positioned the film as a generic hero's journey rather than a faithful adaptation of Dragon Ball itself, almost as if to temper expectations, which was hilariously evident during their run of interviews in Japan. Check it out.
This is kind of an adaptation of the original Dragon Ball comic, so you're not going to see Dragon Ball the comic. It's a retelling of that story.
Even the actors knew this was shit.
Very exciting and a big honor to play this character. I know a lot of people feel like they.
The Sonic movie was more accurate than this movie.
Most video game movies are more accurate than this was to Dragon Ball.
Yeah, but you could but some people could sit there and say, but in the movie Sonic has nothing to do with the game. It's like, well, but at least it's more accurate to the fucking games, among other things.
Again, I do want to point out, since he brought up the Japan press tour for the movie, it did better in Japan because they treated it like a parody.
You mean like how they did for Beak Ward?
Well, I don't know much of that situation, but
we don't talk about ugly Sonic, Johnny. We don't talk about that.
We just laugh at it and move on.
Yeah, we just
Love her and hold a piece of her in their heart. So I hope that I can do it justice for them.
I think Jim Wong's vision is for it to be universal, and ultimately it's the hero's journey.
Tell me this doesn't feel like an interrogation. Okay, but we gotta remember, right? Even though these guys are on the front lines for the film, the actors themselves didn't write the script. They were just doing their jobs.
No way.
The issue here lies
Not
deep.
really?
As series creator Akira Toriyama himself explained, the script didn't really capture the world or characteristics of Dragon Ball. And despite his attempts to provide guidance, the production team had a, quote, odd confidence that led to the film Toriyama bluntly described as...
See, when the actors themselves is saying like, yeah, I don't have confidence in this, then that's a sign where you need to go back and rewrite this again.
As far as I'm aware, it's like what happened to Toriyama. He saw firsthand the negligence and corruption of Hollywood with adaptation, straight up.
Yeah, but at least there has been some adaptations that have been okay, but those are like, I would say, rare, or a dime in a dozen.
A rare exception.
Yeah.
We really should just blame Toriyama for this, because he gave the rights to them.
Deal is probably a better Dragon Ball film than this is a reasonable take. Ben Ramsey, the screenwriter, eventually summed it up best in his sincere apology to fans, admitting he, quote, dropped the Dragon Ball, nice, by approaching the project purely as a business venture rather than as a passionate fan. Quote, I have learned that when you go into a creative endeavor without passion, you come out with suboptimal results and sometimes flat out garbage. So, yes, Dragon Ball Evolution managed to cram 131 distinct Dragon Ball references into its script, but as the exercise has shown, hollow references alone aren't enough. You can dress a man up in a batsuit, put him in Gotham, but once he pulls out a back credit card, it stops feeling authentic. Ultimately, this film serves as a teachable moment. That genuine adaptation requires a deeper understanding of and passion for the source material, not just superficial nods. At the very least,
No shit. I wouldn't guess.
This entire movie was superficial nods.
Oh my god.
You were rewarding it for it.
Yeah, that's something that's still mind-blowing. He's rewarding all of these flaws, and it doesn't even... Some of the things he pointed out, like, oh, Bulma has blue hair. That's a sign when you know that you can't find anything good about this. Like, I mean, with Disney Star Wars, at least we can say that the effects and the music and the sound effects are good. But that's not enough to save the movie because the story is just garbage. If it was something like that, I can understand being like, yeah, okay, like Dragon Ball, whatever, this Evolution, it has great graphics, but it's still shit. But yeah, it's, you know.
At the very thank you to Dragon Ball Evolution for irritating Akira Toriyama enough to return to bring us Battle of Gods.
Still though, 131 superficial nods or not are better than no.
So you admit they're superficial
Dragon Ball
nods.
Super, we now know Goku apparently never kissed Chi-Chi even once throughout their decades of marriage, and no, that was not a mistranslation. I checked.
Minus 131 points.
Okay.
Okay.
That was bad. That was bad.
Don't say.
Hey, Smud, I'm gonna give this guy this video points for posting it on YouTube because it referenced YouTube. I don't know. I'm done with the joke. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
Memes. Let's go.
Get the memes, sirs. What we got here?
You have the link.
All right. First meme is from Mark. I will watch that video later.
Yeah.
You should.
Okay.
Don't. Yeah, not on stream.
And this one is, I don't know. Someone's drinking a beer and Goku is eating chicken. I have no idea what's going on.
They're in shock at this video.
Oh. Fake robot girls walking at the Beijing World Robotics Congress. 2 types of people. Huh.
Okay.
Interesting. Breaking. Jake Paul has challenged Master Roshi age 300 to a boxing match after beating Mike Tyson age 58.
Roshi would won.
Roshi just has to flick him in the fucking nose.
Right.
And kills him.
Roshi just has to breathe on him.
Oh, Roshi has to pull all his strength together. He wants to win this.
He pulls his strength into one flick of the nuts.
Hey guys, vegetables not what I'm called.
Because Vegeta means vegetable.
Yes, it is.
Wait, Smud, I think you just missed a meme, like the part where
he glanced at it and moved on.
My mental health as soon as I turn 30.
What's for breakfast?
You're having an existential crisis for breakfast. Oh. What's this? Dragon Ball characters and their places of origin.
Goku and Vegeta. The Saiyan planet. Piccolo, the Namekian planet. Trunks, the shower.
What?
They fucked in the shower, apparently.
Even I don't get it.
I don't get it
Come
either.
on, Ginga, you watch Daima, you know the joke.
Wait. I've never watched Daima, but my friend's been like, "Oh, you gotta watch it." It's like,
before you keep going,
It's implied that Bulma and Vegeta banged in the shower.
Yeah, and Daima has a joke about it. It's like, if you keep fighting, I'll never bathe with you again.
Anyway, Vegeta of the Lake, what is your wisdom? What? Getting motivated to work out because of an anime is nothing to be ashamed of as long as you're consistently taking good care of yourself. The reason doesn't matter.
That's not wrong.
That's like any media. Like, if a media can motivate you, can motivate you in any way, it's like, that's awesome. That shows that the media did a good job to motivate you.
Next.
Have you seen this man?
Have you seen this man? Kakarot! Calm down, son. It's just a drawing. Now we're gonna show you again. Tell us if you've seen him or not. Kakarot! It's because of, oh my god, you just have to know the backstory for that to be make sense.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched SpongeBob.
Yeah.
No.
And there's James Cameron looking for the bar, trying to raise it.
Oh, so here it is. One of the pre-release photos of Piccolo when he's not green.
God!
Johnny O'Malley, you are a good man. God,
Now,
that looks
mind you-
worse.
Now, mind you, I think, if I remember correctly, the context is that this is Piccolo right as he's released from his imprisonment, but it's still stupid looking.
You're a good man.
Also, here's the other one, further below where it's Oozaru when he's not an ape.
Jeez, what did they do
Oh
to
my
boy?
god, it looks bad.
Exactly.
What the fuck
See,
did they do
again,
to my boy?
thanks to the backlash and the actors fighting for it, they were able to at least correct those things. Hey guys, the drink, damn straight.
The moment you realize Goku only bites real threat, and he's never. Yeah, that's funny. Okay.
So what's this? Some kind of Suicide Squad?
Well, mind you, Goku barely fought Cell compared to Gohan, so.
Yeah, they made an action figure for this too. What?
Apparently, not
I
surprised.
think you guys are a bit ahead of Smud.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Okay.
Oh, the Suicide Squad, yeah, because all these guys die.
Oh,
all these guys tried to commit suicide to win.
How?
Dragon Ball Evolution has a higher rating than Snow White.
Yeah, like this one of the figures for like early in the film's development.
That is bad. Even
Also,
the worst movie can out-worse the fucking.
It's at least better than Snow White.
Oh my god,
that's a pretty low bar.
Disney, you need to take notes. You're never going to take notes.
You know it's bad when the movie declared one of the worst adaptations ever is doing better than your adaptation.
Okay, Gohan, show me your power and skill. I'm not here for kids stuff. This is the day
I need an adult.
Break my. Oh,
you are an adult.
You are an adult, you moron! What the
better
fuck?
live-action Dragon Ball movie from Korea. Dragon Ball, Son Goku fights, Son Goku wins.
Yeah.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball, the magic begins?
Yeah.
What?
Yes, that's the name of that movie.
And it is so much better than, much more accurate than Evolution. I swear to God.
It's a monkey.
Yeah, Frieza, Golden Frieza.
Frieza, you're black. Oh my god, I'll let you guys read that.
I know who my father is, and so does every. Oh, you're talking about my new form.
Damn.
That's wrong, but it's funny.
The edge.
Okay.
I don't think I get this.
Oh, I love this. Is it me? At least I have some hair.
Oh. Mr. Popo, why are you blue? Censorship.
That was, the damn Toon's Eye version.
Okay.
Why
is Frieza a femboy?
Because he's Frieza.
Because they put.
Oh my.
Because they put the mannequin in the dress.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
Boy, did I tell you the time I killed 50 Namekians?
And reminder, those Namekians were never brought back to life because the wish was to resurrect everyone killed by Frieza.
And another video. There
Watch
is
that
no
later.
Spy Kids 4 in Ba Sing Se.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think I get that, but okay.
Oh shit! I forgot.
What if Goku landed in Mexico?
In New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Roswell. Funny.
First off, the Mexican would love Goku because apparently Mexicans really love Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
It's a really big thing there.
So
all the Latin American countries do.
Oh yeah, this specific
Hispanic
tidbit.
love.
Yeah.
Neo?
Okay. Yeah. Something kind of interesting from the game that was cut from the movie. Oh yeah, that was supposed to be in there. Freaking Neo Piccolo.
Interesting.
Which was something else that was supposed to tie back into the source material, but
knock.
Yeah, it was
Who's
cut.
there? Boo.
Boo.
Boo hoo.
Oh, don't cry.
I hate you.
A fat credit card?
Oh.
Oh.
Literally grasping at straw.
Basically, this whole video.
Okay.
Arriving at work versus leaving work.
Yep.
I mean, to be fair.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
Honestly,
very accurate of Dragon Ball fan.
I mean, I was kind of like that because my brother-in-law said like to get into anime, watch Dragon Ball, and I was like, oh, this is actually cool. Who the fuck is this guy?
Nothing to see here.
Who's this? No more memes. What?
No one.
It's Smud Boy. You're right now on his channel.
Well, yeah, I know that, but that's Smud.
Yeah, that's Smud being censored by the no more memes text.
I'd rather that not be the cutoff for memes.
Well,
why are you using Liddev?
Yeah, I don't know.
On Smud's channel.
Liddev is a cast member.
I don't know.
Yeah, but he's not here right now, and it's not.
I don't
his
know
channel.
why, but I would figure Smud would have.
You're
more
getting
facial hair
deported,
than that.
Ginga. You're going back to the Shadow Realms.
I'm already in the Shadow Realms.
I thought Smud had more facial hair than that, the way I envision it.
You imagine what Smud looks like?
I have to shave twice a week, so it happens.
That's kind of gay.
Twice a week.
Well, okay, yeah, you got me there.
Anyway, that was
shaved.
Is that for
video.
fans? Was that for people who don't watch the movie? What is that for? I don't know.
I'm just like
I don't know, but like he got like 200,000 views from that, so that's quite a good money for just watching a bad movie.
The movie's so bad it's good, but it's not that good. Christ.
Right. Well, it was good enough to beat Snow White, the live action.
Honestly, he didn't even show the best scene of the movie when he's sliding on that car with his hair.
He showed a part of it.
So Smud, you need to watch that movie.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, God.
Or just watch.
Or you can just watch that clip that I linked.
Was that the bet we had with like people watching Sharknado? If we got past a certain donation?
Oh,
limit?
no.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Sharknado is the fun kind of ridiculous.
I've already watched Sharknado.
First one was okay, but everything was just try-harding.
I mean, they referenced Sharknado in Marvel Rivals with Jeff and Storm's team up.
Yeah.
It's the
Really?
Jeff Nado. If Jeff swallows people and goes into Storm's Tornado Ultimate, it turns it into a Jeff Nado.
The amount of shark movies I've seen in my time, like there was a movie that I saw called, I think it's called like Shark Exorcist, where it was really, really, really bad. Like this looked like a couple of college kids made a movie about.
How do we get to sharks? We were talking about Dragon Ball.
Well, he brought up Sharknado, but yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that was. I mean, it was an anime video technically, so that's
An anime video.
fine.
I mean, this one also could have just fit as a regular Smudcast.
No, I don't think we would have done so.
It's better for Weeb Day.
Yeah, but that's okay. We, not everyone's good. That's okay. No problem. We got by it. Wasn't that long? So thanks, guys, for jumping on. A lot of those references, I'm like, that is not. Come on, it's not even relevant.
That is such a stretch, man.
Yeah. Well, if you're working with crap, I guess you got to take what you can get. So good on him for trying and doing a good job editing and putting it all together. So good, sir.
Yeah.
Good job. Anyway,
eat the steak.
Steak.
Eat the cheese.
Okay.
I might go fix me something to eat like that.
Alrighty.
Anyway.
Good stuff. I'm on my rest day, so I have no exercise today. I'm just relaxing. That's good.
Only eating.
Taking it easy.
I
Yeah.
don't exercise. I only eat, and that's probably a bad thing.
Yeah.
You're gonna die early.
I exercise every morning, Monday through Friday.
No, I don't want to exercise. Fuck that.
Exercise is good for you.
Well,
don't die. Exercise and eat steak. That's all you have to do.
That's great.
Eggs help. Eggs, bacon.
Eggs, bacon. Yeah. Now we're talking.
Protein, baby.
All right.
I love eggs and bacon.
Okay. Well, this is not here to give you suggestions on exercise.
And you have to stop masturbating. That's another good thing.
Okay. Goodbye, everybody.
Anyway.
Corn is bad for you.
Have yourself a good evening.
Good
We'll
night,
talk to you
everybody.
soon.
This stream was spoiled by Smud Boy.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic. Good night.
Good night,
That
everyone.
was
I'll remember you all in
something.
therapy.
That was something.
Yeah.
And personal. But anyway.
Dragon Ball Evolution.